are we making maximum of it? About 90-95% of our since workforces comes from MSME. We are very important in the whole growth story of India. But are we able to make maximum out of it? That's the question. The first thing, we are navigating in economic uncertainty and disruptions. We have seen what has happened during COVID, and subsequently we are struggling a lot with the economic uncertainties and disruptions. So in that, I think we need to focus on three things: risk management, agility, flexibility. We need to bring in our approach. And then important thing which normally we miss out as MSME is the data-driven decision making. I was speaking with one of the participants here. A lot of times you talk to MSMEs and they really don't know what is their profitability situation. They really are not having that data to judge that. And then when they go back to their books and they do a lot of study, then they realize, oh, this is not what I thought it is. So a lot of times what happens is the MSMEs think they are profitable, but in reality they are or they are not, is something which they really need to understand. So I think these are three things which would help us navigate the economic uncertainty. In terms of risk management, I would say that comprehensive risk management framework to impact economic disruptions, I think we need to look into. Sometimes we believe that MSMEs are really not that big, so really economic disruptions are not for me. But COVID has has given us the wake-up call that economic disruptions affects the MSMEs the most. So I think scenario planning, diversifying our revenue streams, maintaining cash reserve, these are few things which we need to bring back to our business, which we need to really talk about. We need to regularly review our business strategies, stay responsive to the market, because this market is ever changing. We are seeing a lot of change happening. We need to be forward looking, which sometimes I don't find MSMEs doing so aggressively. Leveraging digital technology is another thing that I think where MSMEs have really not picked up. Embracing digital technologies and streamlining their operations and improving efficiencies, enhancing the customer experience. That is area where few MSMEs have started to experiment. We have started to see more and more organizations and services coming up for MSMEs, targeting the MSMEs. The best example being Zoho, where a lot of these digital technologies are being made available to the MSMEs. The mindset, and I come I work a lot into a city called Indore, which is central India, which is not as exposed to the technological opportunities as MSMEs in Mumbai or Pune or this part of the world would be. So there is always a mindset that technology, when you talk about technology, that's a huge investment, and that's something that's not for me. So I'm happy doing my pen and paper work. I really don't need technology because that's not for me. But that is the mindset that needs to change. MSMEs need to invest into data analytics, artificial intelligence, machine learning. All these things are coming up. We are now seeing micro level, micro level applications of this, which we need to really develop, which we need to make the MSMEs comfortable with. On the government side, we are seeing a lot of development happening. The digital MSME scheme of the government, which is making the availability of MSME through various sources. The government is trying to, through this scheme, create awareness for the MSMEs about the digital technologies, about the importance of digital, migration. They are developing the softwares for CRM, for HRM, for accounting, all these things which the MSMEs can use. Of course, my predecessor spoke about ONDC, which will be a game changer for MSMEs, and I believe this would be something which would be the biggest change that MSMEs have ever seen. But we need to be prepared for that. And my predecessor was talking about the support mechanism that ONDC is offering. I think these are the things which we need to be aware of and we need to take advantage of. So, sometimes what happens is, and this is a typical MSME, forgive me for saying this, but a lot of time I've seen MSMEs tell me that, oh, let the government do it for me. That's not the approach that that an MSME would take. A lot of MSMEs say wait for the government to do, they subsidize things like that. But then at the end of the day, it's your business, and you need to make it say agile. And for that, you need to be forward-looking, and that's something that would be an say important aspect to bring into the MSME work culture. So a lot of things are happening, digital transformation things. We need to be aware, we need to be say ready for that, and we need to prepare ourselves for that. So that is something that we are thinking. A small thing, I'll give you an example. What the government of India did about 3 years back, in fact, was to put all the postal banks on an core banking solution. Now, it's a classic use of technology for something that has a huge implication. Very few of us actually say understand that has the potential of adding 10 SBIs into our system. That's the number of reach, that is the huge reach that the post offices have. So if the financing can reach now to a grassroots level, say micro institution somewhere in village through the postal bank, if this scheme is properly say implemented. Similarly, logistics, I think, is something what we have a huge network of postal, the postal department has reached to the say smallest village in the country. Can we use them to be the next deliveries sort of organization? Can we convert them using technology, which would mean that the postal offices can actually serve as logistic partners to MSMEs? That's something where technology can play a bigger role. So these are things that are happening. There is a thought process going on, and probably this is where the digital transformation is happening. Expanding global footprint is another area where MSMEs have to look into, in my opinion. We have a lot of, we need to look into, say, the new markets. You talk to any MSME about new market and they talk about the year